Our next guest is really making a difference in the lives of families impacted by critical illness of a child.
Nancy Parent is a baker from Icing Smiles. She's a volunteer, and she's here to tell us about the organization, and we're going to decorate some cake pops as well.
We are. We're going to have a little bit of fun. But first, let me tell you about something that really is fun, and that's Icing Smiles. We are an organization that is dedicated to providing celebration cakes for families who are impacted with a critical illness with one of their children. And, you know, they use all their time and effort into making sure their family life stays complete and helping their children through these difficult times. And so they don't really have a lot of time to spend on celebrations, but we do. So there's about 4,700 of us who are volunteer bakers. It's all across the United States. We also have chapters in Holland and in Canada. And we volunteer our time and our talents to try to bring a smile to children's faces who are facing very difficult situations in life.
That is so amazing. I mean, I can't find the time in my life, never mind if someone had a child that was ill. So I can totally understand that how they don't have the time. And what you do, I'm fascinated by your talent and also what it does for these families.
It is a great thrill to make them for these children. You know that their lives are difficult. I made one last year for a little girl she was 3 years old and had her 3rd heart surgery. And when I went to bring her castle cake with all her Mickey and Minnie Mouse and all the characters on them, she said, "Do you want to see my boo-boo?" And I thought, well, if you want to show it to me. And she hiked up her leg and she said, "Fell down in the mall." And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she's like, "It happens." And I thought, these kids are so amazing. You know, they just take it in stride. This is their whole life. And it's such an honor to be able to give back to them.
Now, if people are watching this at home, they're saying to themselves, I have a little bit of kitchen skills, and I would like to help out. How can they volunteer to help your organization?
They can contact us at www.icingsmiles.org, whether they want to volunteer or whether they know of a family who has a critically ill child. In both cases, we would love them to volunteer, to call us so that we could take advantage of that information and either use their skills or help a child in need.
There's so many ways that people can give back, and what a great organization and what you do. I just think it's so fantastic, and you are just really, really amazing.
This is something.
Thank you.
This is talent
At cake decorating. I'm very impressed. So this is actually, it's not a real teddy bear, it's a cake.
Which, for the
I wouldn't
longest
want to
time...
cut it. It's just so perfect.
No, you always want to cut it.
See, yeah, you were telling us, that's what I was saying earlier. I didn't want to eat the cake, but all cakes are meant to be eaten.
All cakes are meant to be eaten, right.
I honestly thought this was a teddy bear, though, when I came in this morning.
Oh, thank you.
Now, the cake pops are, we're just going to kind of have fun showing people what they are and how you can decorate them. Now, this is just made with a simple cake mix that you can get in a box, right?
Yeah, cake mix or your favorite cake recipe. Anything that does about 2 8-inch pans is fine. And all you're really going to do, let me just get my mixture here.
Okay. Now, these are obviously already made and decorated.
Right, and so I thought I would celebrate Hanukkah and Christmas and just do some, some seasonal things.
Yeah.
But basically what you're going to do is you're going to take the cake that you've baked, either from your favorite recipe or from Cake Box, and you're going to add 2 cups of icing flavored in whatever way you want it. So this particular one is a vanilla cake, and it has blood orange filling in it.
Ooh.
And you're also going to get some chocolate melts, and you can get those at a hobby store, and they have every kind of color imaginable. And I would encourage you to buy the color that you want, because you cannot use your flavorings in your kitchen. They have water-based, and they would ruin them. So it's pretty inexpensive. It's $3 or $3.50 for the bags of chocolate. You can get lollipop sticks, and who doesn't have colored sugars and things in their kitchen?
Right.
Exactly.
So for years, people who are in the cake industry, like when I made Teddy is carved, so there was a lot of extra cakes. So our friends and family would find themselves eating these cake pops, and then they just started to take off. So I think that's when you started to see the popularity. All you're going to do is roll it into a ball. Couldn't be easier. If you want it to be a pop, you're going to take some of your melted chocolate, and you're just going to put it right in there. Yep, just like glue. Just do another one.
Now, I have a question for you. I'm a little bit intimidated because someone's going to get this cake, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to help give them a smile. My wife and I, we bake. We're not that good. Can we still volunteer?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Because not only do we do cakes, but we also sometimes do little treats for the family if they have a big occasion coming up. So there's all different ways people can get involved.
Oh,
okay.
good.
So even someone like my wife and I can get
I definitely
involved.
can't do that, but
Absolutely.
I can do cookies. Maybe
Yeah.
not the best, but I can smell that. Can we roast them as well?
Yeah,
with you?
please do. Please do.
It smells like a creamsicle.
It does.
Now, what's the next step after you've rolled them in balls and dipped it in the chocolate and put the stick in the ball?
You're going to put them in the freezer for about 15 minutes. So I'm going to grab some.
Okay.
I love the miracle of television because everything's already done.
Oh,
I know,
TV magic
so
is
nice,
something.
right?
Ready.
If only life was like that. Bam, it's done.
I know. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take them and you're going to just dip them in chocolate. Tap them off.
I could do this.
You could do this.
I feel confident
really
that I could do
easily.
this.
And then you just decide how do you want to decorate them.
Pretty cool.
So
And you've got a little
cute.
cake pop.
And the thing is, you know what? This takes maybe a half hour, an hour out of your day, and it's going to make
If that.
people feel amazing.
Well, because you can decorate them so many different ways. Like I tend to just do the different sugars, but I have done them where they have little faces on them, you know, or they, you know, you can make them into a Santa, or you could put two together and make a snowman. So people get very, very creative. But they're
Oh.
just a nice little treat for people to grab one, have that little taste of sweetness, and then go on their way.
I think this is so great. The little cake pop. It's easy to do, not hard. We're gonna keep making some.
Shall we? All right.
And just to remind everyone, if they want more information, they can go to the website, icingsmiles.org.
Yes. Whether you want to be a volunteer or whether you know a sick child or if you want to be a sponsor. And I would just like to take a moment and say that we have a wonderful state sponsor. It's Hilliard's Home of Candy, and they help us with all of our administrative needs so that we can create some magic in Massachusetts. And that's what we all want to do, is just put smiles on those faces.
Yes, and you must just love doing
I
this.
do. I really do. I love it. And it's just when you see their little faces, it's perfect.
Oh my gosh, Nancy. Well, thank you so much for sharing these
pleasure.
treats with
Yeah.
us and for letting us know all about it. Great organization.
My pleasure.
Happy holidays to you.
Same to you.
And for more information, you can visit icingsmiles.org. Don't go anywhere. There's more Mass Appeal coming up.